It really feels like an EXC. I think this would be the bike that I would get if I could. Good morning, guys. We are about to start the second day. And it's another beautiful day. Sun is out. And the idea is to go to a nearby mountain range called Taunus. And hopefully, well, we're definitely gonna have some nice curves going there, but of course today we also want to try a bit of off-road, so I'm hoping that I can find a few tracks over there. And yeah. Okay, we're now approaching the mountains. Starting to look quite nice here, but there's also a lot of police around, so I think I'll have to take it a little bit easy today. But anyway, I wanted to mention something about the speedometer that I didn't mention yesterday, and that I really like, because this speedometer has been updated just like it has been for the SMC Rs, and now with the 2022 model you get your gear indicator, your speed of course, but you also, let's see if I can switch it so you can see it. Yeah, I can't do it right now, but you can also see your RPMs, which I think is really great, because that way you actually know how high you're revving the bike. It's not like it's the most important thing for these types of bikes, but it's definitely nice to have. And I can really test the bike here again in some twisties, and I gotta say the quick shifter is amazing. For those of you who are worried that the quick shifter is a bit faulty like it used to be on some of the older 690s, for me this far, since I've been riding it, no false neutrals. So, and I've done, I would say, around 300 kilometers now without any false neutrals, and also with a lot of shifting in between curves, and it's working really well. Something that you gotta know though is that these quick shifters, they're not the type of super smooth quick shifters you can expect from other bikes. These are primarily, these bikes have an enduro background, so that's, I think, the reason why you know, the engine isn't made to be like to work that smooth with a quick shifter. You just kind of got to live with that. As long as you're wearing boots and you're putting in the gears kind of strongly, you don't have any issues. But for example, when I use the quick shifter with just sneakers or something, then usually my feet start to hurt, because it's just, you know, you do need to put some force behind it. But yeah, the bike feels great, and I'm starting to see some roads here now that we might be able to go on. Alright guys, we've made it to a bit of an off-road section here. I've just been riding in it already, but unfortunately the GoPro cut out the audio. So just for you guys, I'm gonna give it another round just to give you my impressions again. And first off, the bike is doing amazing. It really feels like an EXC. That's the main thing I noticed right away. It feels light. You don't really notice the extra weight so much. The only kind of moments where you notice it a lot is when you lose traction in the rear because of braking and the rear starts panning out, then the extra weight makes it pan out a lot more, and yeah, you just kind of lose the rear a bit faster then, or that, in other words, that can lead to a high-sider a lot faster. But other than that, the bike feels so great. The suspension is eating up everything without any issues. It really is an amazing ride off-road, and you can feel how the bike is made for this. You can easily squeeze everything in between your legs, just like on the EXCs. There's no trade-off there in terms of, you know, the 2 centimeters seat height or whatever. Just feels great. You do have a bit less traction with the sort of on off-road tires that are on this bike, but that's not a big deal, and you can always change that, of course. Yeah, this bike has plenty of power. Feels absolutely amazing. But yeah, all in all, the bike feels great. And right now I had the traction control on, and before I turned it off, and I have to say, you can ride this bike with the traction control on without any big issues. KTM improved that for this year as well, so that the ABS doesn't regulate as much, and I think they've hit a pretty good sweet spot. But of course, if you're riding off-road for the whole day, then I would just turn it off. But if we're just doing a little bit like this now, it's actually quite nice that you don't have to worry about turning it off. So much power in this bike. Ooh. Nice. Suspension eats everything. It's really, that's another thing, you know, you might think because it's heavier the suspension doesn't work as well, but KTM has made sure to set the suspension up for the weight, and you can really feel that there's no issue with that. So let's give it one last speed run out of here, and then we're gonna leave it at that for the off-road section. I would love to try it even more, but as you know, riding off-road in Germany is, well, not the most legal thing, let's say. But how much fun this was. Just absolutely amazing, this bike, really. And then you just pull a wheelie. For the jokes of it, this bike is too much fun. You gotta love these bikes, guys. I know I'm always kind of in love, but that's, I think, for good reasons. Alright, now I'm gonna go climb a mountain. The highest peak here is 800 meters, and I will see you there after I take a short break. Yeah, guys, here we are. We've made it to the top of the mountain. I'm actually recording this for the second time because the GoPro cut out the audio again. I don't know what's going on, but just wanted to give you my concluding remarks. I absolutely love the review of this bike. I think this would be the bike that I would get if I could ride just a little bit more off-road. I already said that, but the reason for that is that I think it's the perfect all-rounder. I think you can do tours with it like I have now. It was around a 4-hour ride, but you know, with luggage and everything. And you know, there are bikes that are more prepared for that, but as an all-rounder, it's totally doable. You can put some luggage on there, no problem. You can do the highway, you know, that's no issue either. You can do off-road, you can do on-road, and all of it is just fun. And for me, or you know, what some of you might be concerned with is the wind, because it's more of a naked bike setup. You can actually get a windshield for that as well, so that you're more comfortable in the wind if you want to do more tours. And that's really what I would do if I was even riding mainly tours, because I always prefer a more sporty ride that you can really enjoy, and you know, you don't have such a heavy bike that also feels heavy in the curves. I always prefer this type of riding. Also the tank, you know, it's only 13 liters, but the fuel economy or consumption of these bikes is really good these days. So, you know, it's not really an issue. You can do around, I would say around at least 250 to 300 kilometers, no problem. So I am in love with this bike. I hope you guys enjoyed the review just as much as I did. Leave some comments below about your experiences, your thoughts, or maybe some questions. I always love when you guys can share your experiences as well with the community. And of course, like and subscribe. Help me out a little bit with growing this channel if you enjoyed the content. And other than that, peace.